Alright, we're back again. We're going to do a little bit with grain wardrobe. So we use the tree icon. Again, Biesse Works comes up pretty straightforward. We've all done this before. I'm not going to go right to the wardrobe because if you haven't seen the standard wardrobe no grain video yet, please go back and watch that one because this one isn't going to help you much unless you've seen that one. Okay, so look, we're just going to bring some stuff up. We're going to go and order one. So we order a petition. One petition, and again, the width of the board. Do we all remember this diagram? This is the board, the width of the board. So our petition is going to run across here on the board, and the depth is obviously going this way. And this is the piece to be cut. So if in doubt, print this out. Okay, so the width is of the petition is going to be 2132. Keeping in mind that is a multiple of 32 plus 20. And I'm going to say it again: if your designer comes in with a number that's not a multiple of 32 plus 20, that's okay. Just make that slight adjustment and tell your designer what you're doing, because we're only talking about a 20mm difference, and if that's going to lose the sale, then that loses the sale. The depth, we're going to make it 447, and the material, because we're working with a grain now, we're going to pick some Tassie ash. That's great, and we won't put any parameters in here. We know that it's going to be an MDF substrate, so we're not going to change our tool to our 10mm chip cutter. All the drilling is going to be already in there, and the route's going to be in there. We're going to leave this one alone. Again, customer's name, this will go on the sticker. So we'll call this Greg's job. I don't have to put job on there. Just call it Greg's. And now this is where everything else in wardrobe is going to be pretty straightforward, as long as you're in this. When you tab down on here, all of these parts are pretty straightforward. Some parts that you'll need to that are very different from standard wardrobe, which when I say standard, I mean board that is not grained. We've got some extra bits and pieces in here that you can leverage off. Okay, and one in particular that you'll need to know how to use is our W grain block. Now, quite often we've got we're going to put four drawers in this. So a grain block, what we use this for is we're going to make our drawers with it. We're going to make 4 drawers with it. You can make 3 drawers with it or 2 drawers, but it'll put them in the grain in the same spot. And we'll go and do that now so that you understand how to do it now. Same as non-grained stuff, we need to do our width first and our depth across the board that way. Tassie ash again. We're not going to change the tool or the edging. That's already in our parameters. So again, we just do that. All right, I'm going to go and send that out, and we'll export that as Greg's. Go and open Biesse Works once you've sent that out. Tools, enable add-ins, Biesse Nest. Okay, open from here. Greg's 16 Tassie ash. And we'll nest it. Right click, nest, press OK, and you'll see when this pops up, I'll double click here and it'll give us a picture of what we've set up. So we've got one petition coming out, and we've got a grain block with 4 drawers, and I think 4 is about the limit that we can do. Now what we can't unfortunately do is have 3 187 drawer fronts and a 125 high drawer front. So what we need to do with this is we've got all the drilling is correct. So once we've got the grain block out and we've numbered these 1 through 4, we need to trim this on the saw to get it down to our 125. If that's that's the setup that we're doing. Biesse Works isn't powerful enough to make that change. Well, it is, but we would have to have a separate program for it. We found it's not worth it. So for the few that we do, we trim this on the saw off the top. All right, there's really not a lot else in this spreadsheet that you don't already know. I'll just go back to orders. You'll find a few extra bits and pieces in here that are not in your non-grain order sheet, like draw sides. You know, with a draw side, we want it to be with grain. If we're going to make a veneer box, well, you know, we put draw sides in here. Just a few little things, fascias, floors, which you'll have to go through. This has got a roll-out shelf in here as well, which I think that may incorporate some VBs. Top shelf divider, you know, all pretty straightforward. Play with it, find what works, what doesn't work for you. Tell me what if you want any adjustments, and we'll go from there. But look, pretty straightforward to make this work and to get it to the machine.